Hey everyone, it's me, Empress Arcana. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. Hi guys. So this is I don't know what this is going to be, but I already have an idea of what I would want it to be. So I hate doing these, but for sake of the reason why I am making one of these is because it's about certain things about my past in regards to relationships that I feel I'm going to be very vulnerable about, but it's because I've been analyzing and really looking deep within myself to understand myself better. So I can also hopefully, I don't know what, but of course, there's always that aspect that for my twin as well. I have actually cut off a lot of information. Like, I've not been looking into Twinflame Journey anymore. I have stopped listening to most of the tarot readings. I have stopped a lot of these things because they were influencing my mindset. And unfortunately, because I'm now healing, not unfortunately, but because I am healing my mindset and my past traumas and wounds, a lot of things are coming up. And if I add information on top of that that I feel is not for me at that moment, it's going to distort the healing that I'm trying to do. That's how I see it. I'm going to try to do my very best to make this, it's not about being educational. Oh goodness, excuse me guys. Or like any abrupt stops. It's just that if my dog starts barking, I will stop the recording so I won't end up in it because she's been barking her head off since I am not at my place. Okay. So let's see if I can bring it back to center here. Okay. I don't even remember what I was going to say. Damn it. Damn my dog. I love her. Don't get me wrong. Oh my God, I can hear the TV. Someone's putting the TV. Either way, I don't care. I feel very compelled to do this because I want to be... It's like I'm testing my limits every fucking day with how much I do, how much I post, how much I show of myself. And it's scary. I'm learning how to... I'm doing much, but I've really upped my game in about like when I start to feel a kind of way, I'm like, okay, if I'm triggered, why is it triggering me? And I start looking within instead of, blaming anyone else. That's why I'm doing this video actually, or audio, whatever. Because I feel brave enough to talk about this stuff. I hope that's, of course, it's okay. It's my channel. I can do whatever, but I'm going to do this as delicately as possible for myself because it contains stuff that I want to, the stuff I want to talk about is very personal. I won't go too deep into detail, but I will speak about it in a way that hopefully I can analyze, come to conclusions, and well, I want to share with my twin these concerns because it's parts of me and maybe they can understand me better. I don't know. I always want to be honest and authentic, and even in the process of that, it's a roller coaster. But thank you for loving me and appreciating me as I am, as I'm going through my journey. Okay. I'm a little, I'm not going to lie, I'm a little scared. Try not to cry because it's just been so emotional because I feel like I've been purging a lot of stuff, old stories. I keep saying about this stuff, but it's true. I've been purging so many old stories And that's why this has come up, and I had to give myself a major pep talk earlier this morning because I was self-sabotaging again. And I'm like, no, I can't do this. So I came to the conclusion that maybe talking about this can help me. Okay. So, oh boy. There are a lot of factors. I have already talked about how I've never been in a relationship or any of that. That's not new. But every time that I was in the process of anything, it's always been very not clear, for lack of a better term. So how do I begin this? I'm so nervous. So the first person that I ever had major feelings for, really intensely, I thought I was in love with him. But maybe I was. I have no fucking clue. He lived with me for a time. And there's some stuff that's why it's so triggering for me now. Oh, this is so hard to talk about. I'm so sorry. Sorry. I said I wasn't going to cry. But this is important, and I want to release this, end it, and start fresh completely as I continue to do so. So, for some reason in my life, people that have shown interest in the past, for me, it's always been more of a fantasy. And it has brought a lot of wounds into play because, damn it, now I can do this. Hold on, guys. Okay, sorry, I don't even know if it started recording or not. Okay, I got this. Lucia, you got this, girl, you got this. Okay. So with this guy, I won't talk about the circumstances. I won't talk about that. That's much too personal. That's not the point. But he would call me wifey. I would call him hubby. So it became this role play as if we were together and we lived together. But we weren't together. And we shared intimacy, but not physical intimacy. And I felt that I had a really huge connection with him as well. We had I'm still learning about this stuff, but I felt that him and I were just on the same wavelength and stuff, whatever. But, there was another story at play, I don't know, and in the end of the day, it wasn't serious for him. So, and he was with someone else. So, and that is just one of the couple of cases, because every other individual that I've shown interest in my life, it has always started off with some sort of fantasy or role play. This is so hard to talk about. Jesus Christ. And it's so scary because I fell into it and believed so much, and to come to the conclusion that I was just I felt at the time that people just wanted me as a fantasy. They never wanted me. They never saw me as actual, relationship material or something. I've had a couple of other situations very, very similar to that. And it became this pattern, and it was really fucking annoying. I'm like, oh, fuck. So, and every time I felt like I was doing something wrong. Like, I would do anything for the people that I care about. For that first person, this was back in 2010, around there, 2010, 11. Not that matters. I don't know why I said dates, or years. I guess my astrology brain is like working, but I don't want to look into that anymore. That's the past. It's done. I don't want that shit. I don't want those old stories. I don't want to feel that I'm not good enough to be someone's partner physically. And that is probably why I've been going through this whole thing. And I mean, like, major ego death after ego death. I feel it's been not just, it's because relationships are so important to me, every single kind of relationship. And I've always been so supportive of everyone. And I've always wondered, I'm like, man, and I always joke, I'm like, oh, I'm like freaking Cupid. I help people, hook them up, I inspire them, I do all this stuff, but then I end up how I feel. I end up alone. And it makes sense with my past, because it's just been one thing after another. And I'm trying to concentrate, but there are people talking outside, and I'm just like, yo, I'm trying to be vulnerable here. Sorry about that, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so agitated. I'm here trying to pour my heart out here. Okay, so I remember when I confronted, or when I told the other, like the first one, the one I'm talking about, the one that, when I told him about my feelings, he just stayed quiet, looking at me, didn't say anything. And then he took me out for my birthday, but didn't say anything else about it. So I never got a clear answer. But I knew. I just let it be, because he ended up later, it's hard. That's been a very similar pattern in my life, and that doesn't mean that it is like that right now. My God. I'm so sorry, guys. You can hear I can't with this shit. It's like the more I want to just be honest and just everything feels like it's going wrong. But whatever, gotta keep going, right? What comes after trilogy? Gotta keep going. And Merlin. I'm gonna send my dog to the Bermuda Triangle. What is a Zen state? Anyway, then there was it's just in between that there was other connections that were very similar to that aspect, and that's why in my mind I have like, am I this, or am I only good for this? I'm working on it, guys. I'm trying my best to heal. I recognize that these are my own triggers, and I am not blaming anyone. It just sucks that I feel this pressure, this uncomfortableness every day with these disgusting doubts, and it's not anyone's fault. There's just, I feel personally that, and I will state it, when you find someone that really loves you and is like willing to be by your side, however that may be. Yes. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. They stay by your side through through everything. And right now, I know personally, at least for me, I'm going through a lot of uprooting, a lot of painful things coming up. And usually, those that you love the most tend to be quote unquote targets. That's why I'm so cautious, because my love is strong and I don't want to project, or I'm doing my best, I'm not perfect, but I recognize that I'm going through something and I'm uprooting a lot of things. I'm only trying my best to be responsible. Do I want to have fun? Yes, but these things are so heavy in my heart because of my past experiences. It's like, even if I've never dated anyone in the past or had an actual relationship, I've had all of these things come up and happen. So it has pushed me away. And then other factors as well. It's like I got to a point where I felt that I'm not meant to be with anyone because it just doesn't feel right. Everyone just is not on the same page with me, and I feel hurt. And so that is why I value communication so much. I talk so much. I'm sorry. I want to be, I want to feel safe in my connections. I don't want these things to come up. I want to feel safe within myself. I want to get rid of the old stories so that I can fully embrace all the beautiful things I have right now. Okay? And that's why it's just so much, because I never in my life thought that after the last, back in, because then there was, okay. After my mom passed, they're making coffee outside. Okay. Or not, like outside my room, the room I'm staying in. Jesus Christ. You guys get all the sound effects. This is like so much unintentional ASMR. I don't even. Jesus Christ. It sounds like someone's screaming. It sounds like the coffee pot's fucking screaming. Ah! That's how I feel on the inside. I'm that coffee pot. Oh, I have to laugh. Otherwise, I'm going to go back to crying. Okay. After my mom passed, there was this girl that I created a community for something, and we met through that. It was through Skype. She was another one. She only wanted to have fun, and she made me feel really special. I was like wanting to get serious because I'm that person. Commitment is important to me in whatever way that is presented. And I was just so grateful that after mom passed, I had this experience with this person. Unfortunately, it was all online, she wanted me to go to her country and all this stuff. And she was very quick to want to do all these things with me. But then when I got serious, it's like, oh, and then she started saying that, no, she's not into girls. Oh, listen, honey. Sorry for being so open and honest here, but these are things that happened, and I had to set boundaries because she started to blame me she started projecting onto me. I'm not going to sit here and say that I am perfect and I didn't do anything. I don't recall, I don't know, but I'm sure that's something, there's always triggers, right? And I was healing from my mom's passing. I still am, truly, really, but nothing like back then in 2015. So it's all these things that, so I felt that I was led on. I felt that there's a saying in Spanish that says, me pintó villas y castillos, painting castles in the sky, as they say. That's the English one. And I was very serious. But she turned me down. And so it's always been something or other. But she's the one that initiated in the beginning. So I never understood that. I'm like, but again, relationships are complicated. Any kind of relationship can come off complicated, especially when there's unhealed wounds, right? And then there was the false twin flame in 2019. That's even more complicated. I don't want to get into that one, but it's again the same dynamic of a role play of partnership and then being deceived in some way. So these patterns, and that's unfortunately what I have programmed in my mind from my past, which I'm trying to heal. And my mind equating certain similarities of the good, but then my brain wanting to fill in with other things. And that's not anyone's fault. And that's why I'm trying to make my very best to be responsible for what comes through, how I speak, how I do things, because I don't want to hurt anyone I love. And talking about this I've needed a lot of courage to talk about this, so I'm sorry if it's triggering to anyone. That's not my intention. So that is why, for me, it's so important, certain aspects. But I know, and I try to understand myself. It's like, hey, you're trying to get your life together. You don't want to be a burden on the people that you love. But the thing is that with whatever is going on, I feel like I've been blaming myself, and that's on me, by the way. I've been blaming myself like I did something wrong. That's why the things haven't progressed the way I want it to. What have I done wrong? What can I do to fix it? If life were that simple, right? I don't know. I've had to limit myself what I watch. I'm very, very, I'm just consuming spiritual media, and the one particular channel that I listen to, watch, right? If you know, you know. Anyway, so nothing else I consume. I haven't been able to have the mental capacity to do so. Again, that's not on anyone. That is me trying to work on my stories, work on my healing. But I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. And this confusion is a bit frustrating for me because I'm scared to fuck shit up. Jesus Christ. Sorry guys, I keep having to stop because my dog continues to bark. But right now, a lot of this stuff has been coming up because I've been asking myself, I'm just blaming myself for things, and it's just not fair to me or anyone else, trying so hard to be responsible with how I feel and how I express it. So these themes are very, very common in my life of being able to connect. And oh yeah, I was going to talk about, no, I don't want to talk about that anymore. I think I covered what I wanted to talk about of past, because in the end of the day, I don't want to continue to bring that to the present. That is why I'm working so hard on releasing my old stories. So if it seems, I want to heal. I want to be okay. I want to be the best partner I can be. And love and not be afraid of getting hurt. Being able to embrace and feel and know that I'm deserving of love. All these things. That's why it's been such a common theme for me and my personal stuff, because a lot of these things have been coming up to be uprooted. And sorry, I'm adjusting the mic. This mic, it's I had to laugh. I know my friend got it for me, but it's like it looks phallic. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I want to trust. And that is why, because let me tell you, this connection here with my twin, I feel, is the one I've worked the hardest for, because I don't want to let go. I feel that in the past I've always let go because I'm like, no, it's it wasn't. This one just feels, yes, there's been a lot of triggers for myself that I have triggered myself, or however it may be, but despite all that, it feels right. And it's like, really? It's like, yeah. I've never in my life met someone, gotten the pleasure of knowing what I know, or learning someone and being able to resonate with not knowing as much, because honestly there's just so much, and that frustrates me as well, but like there's just so much I don't know. But it has also given me room to heal, and I'm very grateful for that. I'm going to count my blessings where I have them. I know where my heart lies. I've never, in this scenario, in this case, I know in my love, I know where my heart lies. All these things coming up is just, whether they're tests or and I'm learning to love myself through this process. And I know a lot of people will be like, what? You gotta love yourself first. There's different ways of learning how to love yourself. You're not going to tell me how to love myself. For me, I've been able to learn how to love myself by being more vulnerable and open, by loving someone else that I care deeply for my twin, for their well-being, for their creative voice, expression, for being themselves. There's so much I love, and I see so much of myself in them. I really do. Hence twin, right? But there's also a lot that is coming out of me because it doesn't service me. Every time I say service, I think of Virgo. And yes, Virgo is the sign of acts of service. And my moon appreciates Virgo moons a lot. Technically, Virgo moons and Scorpio moons sextile each other. That's a pretty cool aspect to have in astrology. Then again, from what I've observed, can I just share from what I know? Because, synastry with my twin is pretty damn fucking hot. Just gonna say, I'm gonna throw that out there because I need to shift this. I need to shift it. A lot of the time when I would doubt, I would look at what I've conjured up of the synastry aspect of me and my twin, and it encouraged me to keep going because I saw it in the I almost said I saw it in the stars. That's so cheesy, but it's true. I saw it in the stars. I see the conjunctions, I see the sextiles, I see the oppositions, I see the squares, I see the challenges, but I also see the devotion and the love. I can fall in love with that synastry over and over again. Whatever it is that resonates. I don't know if I have the accurate information, but that's okay. I'll take what resonates, right? It's kept me going in the past. Right now, what's keeping me going is to continue to work on my mindset, continue loving to the best of my ability, because love is there. Love exists. And how long is this? Okay, it's over 30 minutes. Damn. With all the interruptions. So, in the past. Yeah. So, one of the themes for myself is that, am I just a dream for someone? Or can I be someone's reality? And I find that so fucking ironic with my sixth house. Sixth house is every day. It's the mundane, but I have it in Pisces. And my Jupiter's there. I know I say this often, but it's like I start asking myself, and these are things that I'm healing. Am I worthy enough for someone to want me in the physical? Am I worthy enough to be showed off, loved publicly? It's not because of anything, like, I know I'm healing that. It's not about, I'm learning to love myself, to accept that as much as I love my twin, I love myself, and these triggers of mine don't matter, because when love is unconditional, love is love, right? That's how I see it. I feel it too. So when the demons rear their ugly head, I try my very best to deflect and do my very best. But I have, in the past, I have never had a connection work out where everyone wanted to keep me a secret. Everyone. And I'm like, what's wrong with me? Why am I a secret? Or at least from that, what I experienced then. What's wrong with me that I have to be a secret? That's what I would ask myself. And that's why a lot of triggering things would come up. It's not about, because I value my privacy. And I know that my twin does too. And that's understandable. So I don't want my twin to think that I just want like this whole, no, I don't, there's still a part of me that I'm healing that feels like what I want cannot be real, because I've never been able to reach that point. And it's interesting because they say for manifestation, if you can't envision it in your mind, how can you see it in your reality? And that's very true. And that, I'm sorry if that sounds like how I feel is like, what? It's something I'm working on. But I love so deeply. I'm loyal as freaking hell too. I know that. That's why I value loyalty. I value the courage and strength of heart. It's my Leo Venus. I can't help it. I'm sorry. And then my Scorpio moon. They're both very, very loyal. And it's so funny because I also have my Saturn conjunct my Juno, which is major commitment and loyalty too. My whole chart, she's like, I'm loyal as fuck. She just wants to be loved openly and freely. But again, I understand I'm doing a lot of healing. This audio here is not about, it's about me talking about myself and how I would like to, I've come such a long way, guys. Holy shit, have I come such a long way. And I'm fighting myself every day because I want to fight for what I believe in truly, not anyone else's story. Even my past, those old stories, I don't want them. But for some reason, I felt that ignoring these thoughts that would come up would be better. Like, no, these don't exist. But for me, I need to voice them in some way to reach an understanding within myself and hopefully go from there. Sometimes I have to talk about it again, but it does help me to talk and to come to conclusions, or to know, to remind myself that I am healing, not to be hard on myself, that I am loved, that I am lovable, that everything. I hope that this wasn't, I don't know what I was going to say. I'm really scared to share this, but I want to thank you for listening. I know between last audio and this one, like the Empress Talks I posted yesterday, I'm just having a lot of these things come up. And it makes sense during the time of like birthdays and solar returns, whatever you want to call it. But all these things come up because I am entering a phase of life where I am reprogramming myself for the future that I wish to have. I've been talking a lot about the future in my practice and business because I don't want to. I've always, this is something else I'm working on, but I've always kept my light dim. I've always wanted to just be supportive. But I want, it's not about the attention. It is about having the focus enough on me so I can help others with my knowledge and wisdom, whatever, and all the things that I'm learning about my own journey to help other people. That is what it is about. I want to help others to reach their own conclusions for themselves and to learn or to continue to grow and love themselves just as much. Because when you love yourself, everything else follows. But there has to be a level of love. It doesn't have to be like, oh my gosh, I am so in love with myself. Oh my God. But it's like, it has to be authentic and true to you, and to be compassionate, just like you're compassionate with when we're compassionate with one another. We got to be compassionate with ourselves. We got to be kind to ourselves. Just like the whole inner child work, shadow work, whatever the fuck you want to call it, everything. There's so much work. I hate it. I'm like, I want to have fun. Then I'm here like, work. Like, ah. I feel like I'm in hyper mode. It's like so much that I want to heal so fast, but I know that everything takes time. And this was just my way of just voicing certain things. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I think that I hope some of this made sense. And I'm sorry for all the barks and stops and random noises in the background, but I love my twin. I love them very much. And because I love them so much, I am willing to go to hell and back to heal myself, to come up from the depths of my own hell, because I love I don't want to give up. I gotta keep going. I have to keep going. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not settling ever again in my life. I want to love and love and love and enjoy the life. And yes, whether it be not so good of a day or whatever, do the best I can with it. I want to keep going. I want to keep growing. I want to learn and share my lessons with those willing to listen. I love you so much. And I apologize for any confusion, any what the fucks, if any at all, if whatever, because I've had many of that for myself. I don't want to be hard on myself either. I got to be kind, because I beat myself up so much. But I love so deeply. And I'm going to keep going. Because this here, our love story, I'm not giving up on that. I've come this far. I'll continue to fight. I'm a lover and a warrior. Fuck, man. If my thoughts, my mindset wants to take me down, I gotta have a talk with her. I gotta have a talk with that mindset, which I've been doing. But I love so deeply. And I am willing to go above and beyond and continue to do so to reach eventually my destination. So far, the journey has been really difficult. And I know that we need to appreciate the journey. I'm trying to have that balance, the 50-50. Okay? And to understand that everything comes when you least expect it, but also know that it is already there for you. It's still a concept a bit foreign to me, even though I would voice this. It's like I was like these downloads come through me and I say these words, but then that other part of me that's still healing, it's like, but what? So it's really funny. It's like practice what you preach. I'm working on it, right? But I recognize it, and I will be honest with you guys for sure. I'm a work in progress, and I know that we all are. So yeah, if you listen this far, thank you. I was very scared to. I'm glad I stopped myself at some point, because there's just things that I never knew how much I kept inside. That's another thing that's just all coming up. I never knew how much I bottled deep within me. And that's why I erupted like a volcano. Many times. I can't say I want to lie dormant. These things need to come up so I can heal. And that's what I want to do. All right. I love you. Thank you for listening. Stay safe and well. And on to the next one. Take care.